Mineo and Mycenae lived in a modest apartment in Vergara Park. They had dreams, aspirations, and a love that burned bright. However, they also had a looming problem: debt. It started small, a few credit card swipes here and there. They told themselves they would pay it off soon. Life at Vergara Park wasn't always easy. Rent was high, and their combined incomes barely covered the bills. They often found themselves relying on credit cards to make ends meet. The joy they found in each other was sometimes overshadowed by the stress of their financial situation. Mycenae. Despite the challenges, we held on to hope. We believed things would get better. We promised each other that we would soon find a way to get ahead. Little did they know, their financial decisions would soon lead them down a difficult path. The first eviction notice arrived like a hawk's screech, shattering their fragile peace. The landlord had been patient, but the rent was now 2 months overdue. Panic set in as they realized the gravity of their situation. Frantic calls were made to family and friends, but no one could offer the lifeline they desperately needed. The weight of their debt felt heavier than ever. The small comforts they had allowed themselves, takeout meals, new clothes, now felt like extravagant indulgences they couldn't afford. Nostradamus massacres. You have 2 months to pay the overdue rent, or you will be evicted. Arguments became more frequent. Mineo blamed Mycenae for her insistence on certain brands and her occasional shopping sprees. Mycenae, how can you blame me when you spend so much on video games and eating out? Their once strong bond was being tested by the strain of their financial instability. Mineo, despite the looming eviction, had a hard time curbing his spending. He justified a new video game console as a stress reliever, telling himself he deserved a little treat. The allure of instant gratification often overshadowed the harsh reality of their financial situation. His paycheck, already stretched thin, now had an additional burden. The new console wasn't just a financial drain. It was a wedge between him and Mycenae. Mycenae. This console is a symbol of your disregard for our problems, Mineo. It's like you can't grasp the severity of our situation. The joy the console brought was fleeting, quickly replaced by a wave of guilt and shame. He knew he had made a mistake, but the damage was done. The cycle of spending, regretting, and justifying had become a dangerous pattern. The inevitable finally happened. The day they dreaded arrived, eviction day. Movers came, efficiently packing their belongings, each item a painful reminder of a life they were losing. The apartment, once filled with laughter and hope, now echoed with emptiness. Mycenae. Standing on the curb, watching our possessions being loaded onto a truck, we felt a profound sense of loss. It wasn't just about the material things, it was the shattering of our dreams, the realization that we had failed to protect our haven. With nowhere to go, they moved in with Mycenae's sister. The cramped quarters and the constant feeling of being a burden added to their misery. The life they had envisioned, the future they had planned, seemed to slip away like sand through their fingers.